This meeting is being recorded.
All right. Well, good morning, everyone. I want to just dive right in on our first Rapid Fire Sunday. So, welcome. Just to quickly explain, I am in Zoom versus Facebook Live because there is some technology that I am testing out, which will allow me to break down these Rapid Fire Sundays by topic. So if you are new to the community, I do welcome you and thank you so much for those returning. I've missed everybody and I'm excited to get back in full engagement in the community group and coming every week with you in terms of answering 5 questions and answers in a rapid fire format. And so, but for those that don't know me, my name is Annette Conrad, and I'm the owner and lead creative for a company I started over 20 years ago called Edible Impressions. And I am so excited to continue to share my love and passion for not only the art of the decorated cookie, but also my journey from hobbyist to profitable business owner. And I just feel like I have so much to share. And like I said, I've missed the community. I had previously had a membership, which I ended up closing about a year ago and was toying with the idea of coming back. So to start, we're going to come back with these rapid fire Sundays to just get to know each other again. I am tuning in from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, just in case you don't know where I'm tuning in from. And I not only have 20 plus years of running my business, but I also have an extensive background in events coordination. So you take that event planning and you take that love and passion for cookie decorating and me running a business, profitable nationwide growing business, and you get really a lot of good information and some assistance. So whether you are in the hobby mode right now and you're maybe pondering taking that hobby to a business, or maybe you already have a business and you're struggling a little bit about how to increase visibility, how to increase revenue, we talk about all of those things. Okay. So to dive right in, we're going to talk about 5 things. So I'm going to rattle them off first, and then I'm going to go deep dive. Now, via Zoom, one more thing for those that are watching live. Don't worry, at the end of Rapid Fire Friday, if you have any questions or wonderments, you are welcome to chime in on what those are. You can also use the chat feature too. So chat with me while you're listening. And if you have wonderments or questions, I would love to go deeper on any one of these topics. So number 1, why did I take a break from lives? Number 2, what's the easiest way to start selling your decorated cookies? Number 3, do I need a huge menu to be successful? Number 4, how do I price my cookies without feeling guilty? And 5, what's one simple thing I can do this week to grow my cookie business? So you can imagine that those 5 are pretty open-ended questions, and I probably could do a 60-minute masterclass on each one of those, some of them a half-day retreat. But this is going to be rapid fire format. So really the first thing that comes to my mind that I want to share with you, which I hope will inspire you, get you motivated to take steps in the right direction for your business, or you making that leap from hobby to business. So why did I take a break from the live? So I was kind of sad because I'm noticing quite a few of our community members are participating, and I'm so proud of them in the Cookie-a-thon this year. So not to go down a rabbit hole, but if you are going to be participating, whether you're watching live next weekend or you purchase a full pass, I will post live here. Give a shout out to a couple of our members that are going to be instructing. So long story short, when I started to see people engaging in that event, and I noticed that I really haven't been very live in or engaging in the group, I thought it's time. It's time to get back in there and and be with my people, if you will. So, but why I took a break since really November was my last Rapid Fire Friday was I just needed a physical and mental break. I needed to recharge, I needed to refocus, and I thought if I just take a little bit of a break, make it through the holiday season. I was just coming off of a wedding planning for my son, and it's hard to believe they've been married for over 4 months. It's insane. But I really wanted to take that break and then come back even more charged for this community. So I'm really excited about just getting back at it and sharing as much as I can with you. But I want to talk really briefly about the idea of taking a break, that you really do need to give yourself permission to take a break. It's not easy. I know it's not easy to say I'm going to stop, but the best thing you can do for yourself is to stop, take a break, refresh, refocus, regroup, and then think about what are your next steps. So I think it's probably the best thing I could have done. So I know last time we spoke or I chatted with you, I was really trying to take a little bit better care of myself. And I'm really happy to say I've been very consistent by making fitness a priority. So I have now created a habit of working out. I'm not only doing interval training, but I'm actually doing yoga 3 times a week, only since the last 2 months, which has been a game changer for me to be able to stay focused, recharged, and to be there for my business and for everyone in my personal life as well. So, and a way to do that really quick is to just set small goals. It's hard to create new habits. It's hard to stop and take a break, but you really do need to take care of yourself, because if you're not taking care of yourself, you're not going to be at your best for your business. Okay. Oh, I'm also going to ring the bell because I love that part of my Rapid Fire Fridays is I would ring the bell after each topic. Okay, so the next one is, what is the easiest way to start selling my decorated cookies? I get this question a lot, and I know that in the past I've done many, many master classes on this topic. So I always want to say start small. Start within your inner circle, your family, your friends. If your family and friends don't know that you have this love and passion for decorated cookies and with the hopes of starting a business or expanding that business, you really got to start with your family and friends. Keep in mind, they all have their own network and their own groups of people. So the best thing to do is just share, share, share. You are not being the center of attention if someone asks you, what do you do? What are your hobbies? What do what keeps you busy? What keeps you jazzed? Talk about your business. People want to hear about what you're doing, especially if they ask the question. So another really simple, like really quick strategy, because like I said, there's so many strategies on how to, sell your cookies, but I think to create some visibility, is share with your family and friends. And then if you are serious about starting your business, the first thing you need is not necessarily a logo. You don't need that, brand tagline. What you need is a means for your customers and prospective customers to reach out to you and place an order or request a quote. So you really do need to come up with a very, very, very simple form for those that when you talk about what you do and what you are offering, you need to have a way for them to reach out to you. So that is, really high on my list on if you're going to be transitioning from hobby to business. What is your communication and how are you letting those folks reach out to you? Okay. I feel like I'm a little energized here because it's been a while since I've done these. So I'm really trying to take focus because there's just so many things I want to share with you. And I have so many new things to share, but I want to kind of go back to the basics, always start with the basics, and not overwhelm you today and myself as well. Okay, so the number 3 is, do I need a huge menu to be successful? So let's just talk about the idea of menu. So, people use that word in all different ways, but when I'm talking about menu, it is, what are your offerings? Okay. People think menu, I have a storefront, I'm a restaurant. No, your menu really is your offerings. What are the products and services you're offering your clients and prospective clients? Now, I learned a big lesson with this one because many years ago, and like I said, I've been in business a long time. So learn from me, learn the things that I did right, and learn from me the things that I didn't do. Maybe not, I didn't do wrong, but maybe I took the long way there. Okay. So that's one of the things you're really going to get to know me on is I am very open to share what I did well, what really good decisions I made, and then ones that weren't so great. But again, I always get a lesson from them, and they always do help with, just knowing what the right thing is to do. So anyway, where I'm going with this is that less is more. Okay. You're going to hear me talk about that all the time. Quality, not quantity. I learned a big lesson because at one point in my business, I was trying to be everything to everybody. I had so many different flavors. I had so many different packaging options. I had different, of course, I still have different sizes, but I've reined those into some standard sizes. I don't let my clients dictate the specific size unless it's a custom order with some parameters. So I'm setting boundaries. But the more that I let go and the more I narrowed in, the better my business did. And again, one of the reasons that I wasn't on live was that I was the last 2, 3 years, really, it's taken a couple years to really hone in on what do we do really well. So Edible Impressions, my company, you will notice if you can follow me a change. For a while, I had on my website cookie designs and packaging for everybody. I have essentially taken nearly all of my personal celebration orders off my website because I really want to hone in on what we do best, what our best sellers are, and where I really thrive as a business owner, where my team excels in the operations area. So now we are honing in, not to say I don't do personal orders, weddings, bridal showers, I do those selectively. Again, another topic for another day. But you will notice on the website, I welcome you to go there, edibleimpressions.net. We are focusing on corporate gifting, trade shows, and virtual decorating experiences. The more I zone in and the more I let go of things that weren't doing my business well, that weren't my best sellers, that were causing me more labor, was costing me more money, because with some of those I had to have more product and more options on hand, the better and more profitable my business was. So there's definitely ways that you can do that. But what I encourage you to do is, if you are coming off the hobby hat here, take that hobby hat off, put that business hat on, look at what you've been doing for folks, pick one or two, just one or two. What were your best sellers? Who do you want to be known for? What do you want to be known for? And just double down on those items and those services. Okay, I'm really trying to keep these to 15 to 20 minutes. I'm gonna have to talk a little faster if that's even possible. Okay, how do I price my cookies without feeling guilty? Okay, I'm gonna keep this one abbreviated because pricing is something that I could talk about for a long, long time. This could be a 2 or 3 day retreat. Not to say I'll never do a retreat, but let's just really get down to why you're feeling guilty. Okay, first of all, I'm going to tell you not to feel guilty, but you're going to feel guilty, because I was there. I still feel guilty sometimes, but I really snap myself out of it very quickly, because you have to realize that, especially with a hand decorated custom order, you are not selling just cookies. You are selling an experience, as I like to say. You are selling your time, your creativity, and your expertise. And I know this because every time I do a virtual decorating experience with a corporate group, if I had $1 for every time someone says, wow, this is so much harder than it looks, now I get it. Now I understand why hand decorated cookies are so, they call expensive, or better yet, they say worth the price. Do you see that? Not necessarily expensive, but they're saying it's worth the price. So there's a perceived value of getting something that's handmade, that's beautifully decorated, that not everybody can do. Okay, a very small percentage. And yeah, there might be larger, you might see thousands and thousands of people coming in Facebook and joining groups to do decorated cookies. But I tell you, if you are running a business with decorated cookies, you are amongst an elite group of people. Okay, because a lot of people start and then they don't finish, or they quit. Okay, so what I want you to do really quickly is the strategies. I want you to write down all of the costs that are associated with you creating those cookies. Determine what your profit margin is going to be. Be generous to yourself, okay? You're not a charitable organization. You are in it for business. You're not a business if you're not making profit, okay? You're a charitable organization because you're giving it away. So, and practice being assertive. Practice, saying that pricing with confidence. The other thing is I would recommend, and again, I'm kind of going off on a tangent. There's lots to do with how you set that pricing, but I just really want to just give you the permission to set your pricing, and just know that you can always change it, but don't go into it blindly. So you might want to do a little bit of market research. And one really quick example is I had a chat with a company, a prospective client, that I knew was prospective, because they had told me before I even got on the call that they were looking at 3 other companies, and they wanted to do a virtual experience for about a group of 30 people. And my contact, halfway through the conversation, literally said, Annette, oh my gosh, this sounds amazing. This sounds wonderful. I'm canceling all my other meetings. We're going with you. And here's the thing. When he said that, we had not even talked about pricing yet. He had no idea what I was charging. So again, I can explain more about that. If you're interested, let me know. But pricing doesn't always need to be the first thing you talk about either. But when it does come to pricing, you've got to be confident. And you've got to be assertive and always know that you're not going to be the least expensive. You're not going to be the most expensive, but you feel good about what your prices are. So keep that in mind and good luck. Tell me how it's going. Okay, last one, I promise. What is one simple thing I can do this week to grow my business? Oh my gosh. So this is a loaded question for me because I've been learning as much as I can about AI. Like I really need to kind of hone in and not just become familiar or have basic knowledge. I really want to understand how I can use AI to better my business. Right now, AI, I use it as a virtual assistant. So where I'm going with this, when I say, what is one thing you can do to grow your cookie business? Start researching a little bit about what are the things that you're doing that maybe is not the thing that you should be doing. So whether you delegate, whether it is you use AI as an assistant to free yourself up. But where I'm going with this is that one thing you can do is get yourself organized. Okay. You can see that I'm not telling you to go do this, do this, do this, have this strategy. There are so many strategies to growing your business. But before you do any of that, and I'm guilty of this myself, is get yourself organized. Okay. Get yourself a calendar. If you're a list person, start writing things down. And then when you are ready to share, use your social media platforms. They're free. So, but again, I don't want to go in too much to strategy. I just want you to kind of take that, like, we're going to end where we started. I want you to recharge, refocus. I want you to make a list. Where are you at? Take all the things we just talked about today and say, okay, what are my best sellers? Who's my target audience? Before you just start blasting out what you do and who you do it for, really get yourself organized and then you can start to share. Okay. All right. That was a lot. I know. I'm sorry. I just get really excited. I'm on the edge of my seat here. So, and I've missed you all. So thank you so much for being here. And I know I do see a few folks here um, online. So hello, Sue, and hello, Michelle. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys unmute. And I welcome you if you have any questions, you want to say hello, please do. I would love to hear from you.
Yeah, just wanted to say hi and that I have missed you as well, and been wondering how you're doing and what's been going on in the bakery.
Yes, thank you so much, Sue. And yes, I will shout out again. I'm excited that you've always been so engaging, and I see you continue to be engaging in the community. So thank you for that. So yeah, I mean, really like the abbreviated version. My son got married in October, and then I know I came on for like one little snippet in November. We had a great holiday season. It honestly was one of the least stressful, least I want to say it's not even stressful, but less busy. We were busy. Revenue was great. It was up from last year, but we worked so many fewer hours. So I was so excited. We worked, I think, maybe 1 or 2 weekends, and that was out of choice. We did not have any late nights. And again, I mean, I talk about it all the time, but I definitely want to say that the reason we're able to do that is because we really narrowed down. I was very selective on what orders I said yes to and which ones I said no to. So from October to January, I set limitations on quantity and design. Those two were huge, which allowed me to take on bigger orders that weren't so complex. And what do you think happened? Our revenue went up and our work hours went down. So it was awesome. And then just here, January, February, just really trying to get myself past that year mark of being fit. And I'm proud of myself because and I'm going to toot my own horn here. It's hard to start a new habit, especially when it comes to fitness. And I've held my own. I reached at Orange Theory, I reached 250 classes attended in just over a year. So if you can think about that. So I made time for myself. But now that I feel like my business is running even more on its own, I just have more time to share now. So I'm back with a vengeance.
Good. Good to see you back.
Yeah, thank you so much. So, oh, and I will let you know, this is exciting because right now I am recording this, and this is one of the technologies that I want to share with you guys. It's a free service. It's called Fathom, and I only ran into it a couple weeks ago because one of my clients had recorded our virtual experience together. And I wasn't really expecting to get a copy. And I thought, well, maybe I'll ask my client for a copy. And I said I wasn't going to repurpose it. It was more for me because I like to watch the classes so I can learn about what I think went well and maybe where I can improve in my presentation styles. And so she sent me this link. I was floored because it was, and I'll put a screenshot maybe in the Facebook group. This Fathom, it records your Zoom meetings and then it creates a summary and highlights. And there's so much functionality that you can do with it where you can now pull snippets. So that's one of the reasons why I'm using Zoom instead of a Facebook Live, because in the past, people would ask me, well, you go through these 5 questions and answers, but what are the topics you're talking about? Well, stay tuned because now I'll be able to just share you those little snippets of videos versus the whole thing and just kind of try to figure out what is she talking about and when is she talking about it. It is amazing. So just wait and see, Sue and Michelle and everyone that's watching this replay. It's going to be pretty cool. So if you are out there, you are making videos, you're teaching, whatever it is you're doing, you're marketing, you can come in and record yourself and then use those little snippets because it will create a new URL just for that time period of what you're talking about that. But right now it's telling me I have a monologue of 1 minute and 42 seconds. So it's telling me to stop talking, Annette, and let someone else talk. It's really cool technology. So, and it interfaces with Zoom. It's cool. Yeah, so all good stuff. So it was really great that I took a break because I have some new things that's just going to make it easier for you guys to be able to kind of understand and find the information that you're looking for. So I plan to put all this on the website as well. So all right. Well, I'm going to wrap it up. So thank you so much for being here. More to come. I will see you, if not sooner, next week, Sunday, back here in Zoom. And like I said, I will have those replays posted within 24 hours of me wrapping up. So thank you again. And if you ever want to go deeper, just go ahead and let's start engaging again in the community group. So love it. All right. Bye, everybody.